Hello everybody, Marcos Villegas here in Los Angeles, being joined with the trainer of Tyson Fury, Mr. Ben Davison. And we're gearing up for this fight. Press tour finish, kind of got in a little scuffle, a little tussle. What'd you make of all that? And were you a little bit worried that something might happen?
Do you know what? I actually said to the producers here today, I said, look, I think today's the day where you're going to need some security because, Deontay and Tyson are both fighting men, do you know what I mean? They've both got massive self-belief. Nobody wants to lose. Both got big hearts. And I knew today temperatures could rise and Tyson can really get under people's skin. And I think we saw that a little bit there today. But I knew I did have a slight suspicion that may happen today.
How fun is it training Tyson, knowing that he's a funny guy, he has a funny personality, he's unpredictable, you never know what's going to happen. Like, how is that whole Tyson Fury experience?
It's good, Listen, of course it's hard, but now we've worked together for a little while, our relationship's developed. I think a lot of people think that because I'm young, that, I'm not going to be in control, but I wouldn't be in a job if I wasn't in control, I'm not here for anything else other than doing the best I can do and doing a good job, and making sure I bring the best out of the fighters. If I wasn't doing that, I wouldn't be here, not for love nor money. So, although we have fun and enjoy it, we get the work done. Like I said, the relationship's developed now, so I can sort of guess the temperaments and know how he's going to be and know how to take certain things and know how to get the best out of him now. And I think we'll see that in the fight on December the 1st.
Looking at him in this fight, people are going to ask, can he be the same Tyson that he was in the Klitschko fight? Can that speed come back, the reflexes be back? Can he? And from what you've seen, is he close to being there? Is he there already? Is he better than that?
I've seen performances similar, or if not better, in the gym than that, so I'm not worried about it. What it is with Tyson, it takes the right fight to bring it out of him, He's the type of person that does enough. Billy Joe Saunders, the middleweight champion of the world, he's similar. Sometimes you need the right fight to get those juices flowing, and this is that fight, and I think we'll see a fantastic performance, as it's going to need to be, to beat Deontay Wilder.
When you hear him say he wants to stand in there with Deontay Wilder, you as a trainer, do you think of that and be like, nah, that's not the best idea, just move? If you yourself and move, this is an easy fight for you. Do you think like that, or do you think that he will stand in there, regardless of what you tell him?
No, Tyson will listen to my instructions, but there will be times in that fight where he will need to push Deontay back. That's what he means, It's a different fight to the Klitschko fight. I believe it's a harder fight than the Klitschko fight. Klitschko's 6'6", Deontay 6'7". Deontay's got a longer reach. Deontay's lighter, he's quicker. He probably hits a bit harder, and he's got more of a fighting spirit in him. If he's behind, he's going to have a go. But as we've seen before, that can work out as a weakness to Deontay, As he's gone up and he's developed through the levels, he's learned that at this level, you can't be so reckless. You can't just force things because you will get caught. And no matter what anybody thinks, mark my words, Tyson Fury, it's harder than Luis Ortiz and people like that. So if he walks into a shot like that off of Tyson, which has been a slight adjustment to work on Tyson's power, to help with his power, and that will play out in this fight if Deontay is reckless, because you cannot do that at this level. But that's why Klitschko didn't take those chances, That's why he was a bit cautious. But I don't think Deontay will be. I think he's got more of a fighting spirit in him. I think he'll go out on his shield. And I'm positive that's what we're going to see on December the 1st.
What kind of fight are you expecting? Are you expecting a fight where he's moving around a lot, confounding Deontay, feinting, going left and right, shifting a lot? That's the fight I expect from him, to be honest. I always look at fights as if I were planning the fight. I'm like, what's the easiest way for this person to win it? And to me, it's, well, if he fights like Klitschko, we saw what happened in the Klitschko fight, should have...
It's not the same fight, though.
I know it's not the same fight, but I would think you'd want to use his movement.
There'll be some similar things in there, because that's just pure boxing, and Tyson's a very good boxer, and there will be certain elements of that fight that need to be introduced into this fight. But like I just said to you, Deontay Wilder isn't Vladimir Klitschko. Deontay Wilder will come and take chances, and there will be times in that fight where Tyson will have to push Deontay back. So there will be some other elements in that fight, in this fight. It's a massive fight, you can be 11.5 rounds up against Deontay and he can end the fight. But he won't be doing that against Tyson Fury, because we know how to negate what Wilder brings, and that's what will be happening.
How do you rate Wilder in terms of the performances that he's had, and most notably the Ortiz fight?
I think he's a very, very, very good fighter. Very good. There are some flaws in him, but he's always improving. He's always learning. So you can't look at too much of old fights because, like I said, he's constantly progressing. Temperament is a massive thing in this fight because if Deontay's calm and takes his time, it's a difficult fight. It's a more of a difficult fight. But if he forces things and he's reckless and leaves gaps, it makes it an easier fight for us. So it depends on the temperament that Wilder comes into the fight in. He looks a little bit fired up and a little bit, you know, like Tyson's got under his skin a little bit there. But the Ortiz fight was, you know, he come through that. He did come through that. But I think the age started to show in Ortiz. His legs sort of went away from underneath him. He just lost half a step and that half an inch that he needed to make him miss and make him pay as the fight went on. But he was always in the fight. But Tyson Fury is a better fighter than Luis Ortiz, so he better be better prepared than that.
Camp's going to start now. I know you guys are going to Big Bear for preparation. What's the decision behind that, and how are you going to structure that all out?
It's isolated, you know. There's not much else to do other than eat, sleep, train, repeat, and that's how I like it. You know, there's plenty of sparring up there already, and that we'll be bringing over for us. And it's a good setup, you know. There's the altitude, like I say, the isolation is a massive part of it. Closed off gym with Abel Sanchez's gym, the Summit gym. So it's exactly what we need, and it's obviously the time difference, and it's not too far from the venue.
So it was like a no-brainer then to come over here instead of having camp in England.
Yeah, listen, you can do that. Some fighters do that. Some fighters don't want to leave home and do their camp and come out for the last 2-3 weeks. But listen, we're here to do this job properly, and it's going to need it.
It's a good Mexican restaurant around the corner. I'll let you know. Yeah, Hacienda. You know what's up.
I know the area.
Ben, on a final note, how do you see this fight playing out? How does your man, in your opinion, win?
I believe that Deontay will be frustrated. I do believe that he will look to force things. Whether it be early, he comes out early looking to force things, or he's behind after a few rounds and looks to force things. And I do believe that he will walk onto a shot from Tyson. That's how I see it going. Because, like Tyson said many times, these big punchers, they look to put every bit of leverage into their shots. So when they step onto the shot, it doubles the impact of the other person's shot. And that's how I see it going. I do believe that Deontay Wilder will run into something.
All right, Ben, thank you so much.
Thank you very
Appreciate
much.
it. Thank you.
No problem.
Ben Davison, the trainer of Tyson Fury. This pay-per-view goes down December 1st at the Staples Center in Los Angeles. His man going up against Deontay Wilder.